Good evening, everyone. We begin with big news from the Metro Council tonight. Dueling Metro Charter amendments on a property tax increase could be on a December ballot. One would repeal the hike, but a counter resolution approved tonight would reinforce the rules already in place. Let's get right out to News Channel 5's Kelsey Gibbs live outside the Metro Historic Courthouse to explain all of this. Kelsey.
Hey, Rory. Yeah, first it started out with State Comptroller Justin Wilson applauding Metro Council members for passing a balanced budget a few months ago. But he didn't mention if this referendum was to pass, they're going to need deep cuts. And he says, members will need to take action immediately, talking about tonight if they want to stop spending.
You've already heard about the types of cuts that would be necessary if this referendum were to pass. Well, I can assure you that deep cuts would be needed.
Wilson calls this a dangerous curve ahead. He says he can't judge the referendum or the property tax rate. However, he said the city needs to have cash for emergencies and to pay down debt. He says if this passes and the city can't balance the budget, the state will have to step in and take over the finances. Mayor Cooper says this proposed charter amendment would create a $332 million deficit. He says rates will go up, roads will go unpaved, trash uncollected, schools will go unrecognizable. He says it will impact emergency response time. And Cooper says there's no way to pay for it. The Metro Election Commission verified the petition signatures to put the amendment on the ballot last week. It would limit Metro's council's ability to raise property tax without voter approval to a 2% annually. The Election Commission will decide later this week if there needs to be a special election on December 5th to vote on the referendum.
There will be no way to pay for any of this. It takes the problem of financial weakness and makes it chronic and permanent. The $332 million shortfall that this amendment mandates will require a massive cut in everything that we use property tax for.
Now, there were two amendments introduced in council tonight in conjunction with the petition referendum. Now, Councilman at large Bob Mendes' bill passed. That would override the petition's plans and reinforce the city's existing limits on property tax. Now, Councilman Steve Glover's amendment was actually rejected. He tried to allow the measure to be considered tonight, but it was deferred by committee rules. Now, his plan would place a 12% property tax hike limit over a 2-year period and increase the opportunity for a public referendum every year instead of every 2 years. Now, Mendes' amendment will, if it is passed, will be placed on the ballot if there is a special election called for the petition. But for now, reporting live at Metro Historic Courthouse, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.